Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Sir Alex Ferguson Challenge with West Ham. Now in today's episode we're playing the second game of our Champions League group stage campaign for this season against PSV Eindhoven away from home, but of course we've got some fixtures to review since the last time we met. So the last time we met was a 3-0 victory against Everton. We followed that up with the very same scoreline away at Burnley. James Puerta got himself a double and Brent Beckiard got himself the third goal for us, giving us an easy 3 points, but unfortunately James Puerta then got himself injured and he's been out for about 4 weeks. In the opening game of our Champions League group stage campaign, we were away at Standard Liège and we managed to win 4-0. George Mendel in the 48th, Alexander Isak in the 55th, and then Fabio Silva came on later on and got himself a double in the 76th and the 81st minute. We then had a home tie in the Premier League against Huddersfield and George Mendel got himself a double alongside Fabio Silva, who's finally starting to come into the first team after being away at the Olympics during the summer. He's recovered, he's back and he's scoring goals. We then had suffered our first defeat of the campaign in the League Cup third round against Liverpool. Jaramillo got a score in the 60th minute to get us back into the tie after Van Dijk and Pambani got the goals for Liverpool to put them 2-0 up. But this was a fully rotated side. Everybody in this starting 11 was second choice there or thereabouts. So I wasn't too disappointed. The board aren't bothered about this competition. I'm not particularly bothered about this competition. So we're out. We then went away to Chelsea and drew 0-0. It was a very, very tight game and we arguably had the better of the opportunities in this game and probably should have had the 3 points, but I'm happy to draw away from home against Chelsea. And this sees the Premier League table looking like this. We are currently 3 points clear at the top from Spurs in second place. We are on plus 24 goal difference. We still have not conceded a goal in the Premier League in 8 games, which is absolutely fantastic. The only goals we have conceded are the 2 goals against Liverpool in the League Cup third round. So moving on to today's game, we'll see who's fit and we'll see who will start. So Craig Davies will of course start in goal. Aubrey, Kotbra, and who else is going to start centre half? Maybe Luis Felipe. Yeah, we'll stick him in. So there will be our 3 centre halves for today's game. James Puerta, as you can see, is still injured. He returns in a couple of weeks, so Wagnerman will start at right wing back. And in terms of our defensive midfielder, of course, Sandro Tonali will be in there, with Ilios as our left wing back, as Aaron Martin is also injured for another 3 weeks. In terms of the central midfielders, Watkins will of course start there as he always does. And I think I'm going to start with Brent Beckiard as well, with Fabio Silva and George Mendel up top. And on the bench we'll have Alexander Isak, Villa Libre, Toussaint, Panzo, Markovic, Pavao and Jaramillo. So in terms of the PSV starting 11, I recognise a couple of these players actually. Patrick Coutron, how has he developed on this save? Not crazily, but he's still a very, very talented player. He's playing on the left side for PSV in their attacking four with Juan Iturbe on the right hand side, who's okay as well. We've got to keep an eye out for him. Hwang Hee-chan as well, I recognise his name. He's on loan from Borussia Dortmund and he's a very talented South Korean striker. So they do have some attacking talent with Stefano Densui and Tolly Venena playing in the midfield and defence. So, you know, they've got some decent players, some players you would recognise, but we should still be getting a comfortable victory over these lot. And we kick off against PSV, shooting from right to left in this first half. So we've had a perfect start so far to this season pretty much, you know, apart from the draw away at Chelsea in the Premier League and the League Cup defeat, which doesn't matter. I don't care about it as we'll go 1-0 up against PSV. The Champions League is my main aim this season and it is what I will be focusing on, even if it means sacrificing a little bit of league form by rotating players heavily, should it be necessary before a Champions League game, but I don't think it will need to be. But Fabio Silva has started really well once he's managed to get himself into the first 11 after playing all summer in the Olympics. And he's really hit the ground running as he comes forward here. Passes it to Ilios on this left-hand side. Can he get the ball in? He can. What kisses there? My game just completely froze there. I did not realise that went in the back of the net. I don't know if the recording picked that up or not, but we did get 2-0 up. Ilios with the assist and Martin Watkins arriving late in the box gets his head on it, I'm presuming. Yeah, it was his head. Great goal, 2-0. Another highlight, we're only 25 minutes in and Watkins dispossesses PSV's midfield and Mendler goes for the strike. A decent save by the keeper and it's cleared by the PSV defence. Another highlight now, Sandro Tonali with the ball in the midfield. Can he pick out a pass? He can. Watkins is there, take the strike zone. Back to Beckiard. Nearly 3-0. And that's it, half time. West Ham 2, PSV 0. Things are going particularly well right now. And yeah, we just need more of the same in the second half, please, boys. So we're 60 minutes in, there's no need to keep our players on as long as we need to be. We'll get Toussaint on for Tonelli. Wagnerman is going to have to stay on as we have no right wing back available. And we'll bring Pavao on for Brent Beckiart in the centre of midfield. Another highlight now when PSV are in possession. Cerny coming down this left hand side. He plays it to Fares for PSV. A decent cross in the air. In here, Cerny. Good challenge. Can we keep the clean sheet? Vilhena. He hits the bar. Can we get rid? Eric Aubrey's there and he gets rid. But there is another highlight and it is a corner for PSV. Iturbe plays it in. It's cleared by Kotbra. And Mendler manages to pinch the ball from number 14 for PSV. Who is he? Amiri. And Mendler comes down the left hand side. Get the ball in. Absolutely nobody's there. Toussaint on the ball now. He's got Wagnerman on the right hand side. He needs to get a bit wider, give him that bit more space. Ilios gets it on the left hand side. Excellent first touch. He gets the ball in. Who is there? Nobody. Anybody with these crosses? Is anybody going to connect onto one? Watkis in the box. Decent challenge there, I'm presuming. And another good challenge by PSV. Why is this highlight still going on? Another corner for PSV. And Hwang Hee-chan gets PSV back a goal. And they are back in this game now. The first goal we've conceded in the Champions League this far, we're only in the second game, so that's no big bit of business. But Iturbe with a cross, easy win for Akanyak, and Hee-chan at the back post gets PSV back into this game. George Mendler's injured. If George Mendler's injured for a long time, we are really struggling. He's been so good for us this season. And to be honest with you, PSV might even get back into this game. Everything has been them so far in this second half, unless we can get something here. Fabio Silva slots it through for Toussaint. A lot of space for Ilios on this left-hand side. Decent delivery in. We're just not connecting onto these crosses. Fabio Silva to Wagnerman. Come on, boys, man. We need to break them down. We spend so long in the box passing it about. Pavao finds it in the box. He should be putting that away. There's no two ways about that. That should be going in the back of the net. But it's hit the post and bounced back out. And PSV live to fight another day. We can't afford to draw this game. Not only are we at home, we're in a group with Juventus. We need to keep up the pressure to make sure we can finish top of this group as Wagnerman gets to the byline. He gets the ball in. Ilios is there. And Alexander Isaac does something absolutely magical there. I don't know whether he meant to do it or whether it just bounced off the back of his head. But we'll wait and see. Wagnerman finally gets a decent cross in that someone can meet in the air. Ilios heads it in and Alexander Isaac reacts quickly and he diverts the ball into the back of the net. 3-1. Thank God for that. Another highlight. Fabio Silva with the ball in the box. He does his man and Pavao, he's so fortunate there. The goalkeeper's going to go down as an own goal, but Pavao, he's missed 2 opportunities now. That was 2 clear-cut opportunities for me. Fabio Silva does excellent work to get past his man. And then Pavao, so fortunate. So fortunate. And this will be the final highlight of the game as it's cleared by PSV. And that's it. West Ham 4, PSV 1. I'm happy to get the win, of course. Getting the 3 points is all that matters. But I'm a little bit disappointed about conceding against PSV. So in the other game in our group, Juventus did beat Standard Liège 2-0 at home. Nothing too surprising against that. N'Golo Kanté getting the goal for them. He's still a very, very good midfielder, isn't he? In terms of the league table for the Champions League, we are still on top with 6 points. Juventus closely following, only 4 goals behind us in terms of goal difference. So our next Champions League game will be against Juventus away from home. But the game we are going to livecom in the next episode will be the return leg against Juventus at home, which might even be the decider as to who finishes top and who finishes second. If you have enjoyed today's video, please consider leaving a like. And if you're enjoying my content, get yourself subscribed. But until next time, take it easy.